Hello, it's Diversion. This video is going to be full of information on the MC businesses, what locations you should buy at, what businesses make the most money, and tips as a solo player to teach you everything you need to know about the MC businesses. Sounds good? Then please smash that like button and help share the video. Okay, first things first, you'll need an MC Clubhouse. To do this, you need to go on your phone and go on Money and Services, then go on Foreclosures. Click Enter on Maze Bank. You then see a load of different businesses, so we'll just click onto Clubhouses to make it easier, as that's the only business we want to buy right now. You can buy clubhouses in the city, but personally, I like all my MC businesses, including the clubhouse in a close area around Sandy Shores, so it makes sense that's the clubhouse I buy. The reason why I want my MC businesses in Sandy Shores is because the sell missions are easier and it's cheaper, so it's a win-win. Now you can enter the clubhouse you just bought, and inside is a computer which you use to buy the MC businesses. There are 5 MC businesses in total. You have cocaine, meth, counterfeit cash, weed and document forgeries. I buy the cocaine lockup in Alameda for $975,000. Once you buy the cocaine lockup, it shows up on the map. When you first enter the business you just bought, there's a computer inside to set your business up. It's an easy setup mission where you just go and collect the goods. The great thing about this is it totally fills up your supplies and it doesn't cost you a penny. Woohoo! The cocaine business makes most money. You can make $30,000 per hour with this business, but you can buy upgrades on the computer, and I certainly would buy the upgrades for the cocaine business, but it's not cheap. The equipment upgrade increases the speed of your production and the value, so you can make more money quicker. With the staff upgrade, it kind of does the same thing, and with both of these upgrades, you'll now be making $74,000 per hour. The security upgrade doesn't prevent raids on your business, but it does help. Without the security upgrade, once you have $80,000 in value in your cocaine business, you can go idle for 3 hours before getting raided. But with the upgrades, you can go idle for 6 hours once you have the value of about $112,000, so it does help. The raids are a nightmare. I'll make a separate video totally on it to help you. But one advice is to only become an MC president when you're buying and selling MC stock, as the raids are triggered when you become an MC president. If you sell your stock at the value I said, then you won't be raided. Okay, so you now have the full supplies. So what do you do now? Well, that's the great thing about the MC businesses is that they're all passive income, which means you can do what you enjoy, such as heists, contact mission, and you'll also be making money as long as you have supplies. It takes about 24 minutes for 1 bar of supplies to be turned into product, so it takes about 2 hours for all 5 bar of supplies to be turned into product. So you've now waited and you want to sell your product. As you can see, my 5 bar of supplies turns into 1.5 bars of product. This is important. Now when I click onto sell, it warns me that there could be multiple vehicles to sell because the product is too much. For cocaine, it's 1.25 bars for a guaranteed 1 vehicle. 2 vehicle max is 2.5 bars. Anything over 2.5 bars could be 3 vehicles or even 4 vehicles depending on the vehicle sold in. With this drop off, I got 1 vehicle drop off, so it's easy. I just follow the yellow line until I get to my drop off and that's it. $126,000. Easy money. You can buy supplies which cost $75,000 for a full 5 bar of supplies. Make sure though the supplies turn up before going on missions, let's say a heist. Otherwise you won't make money as you won't have the supplies until after your heist. The other option is you can steal supplies. Stealing supplies puts you in a mission where you got to steal supplies, and obviously most of the time it consists of shooting. Surprise. You get 1 bar of supplies for every person in your MC who steals supplies. So let's say I'm a solo player. I go out and steal supplies. That gives me 1 bar of supplies. If there's 3 of us in my MC club stealing, then that would be 3 bar of supplies. My advice is only steal supplies if you don't have enough money for the upgrades. I personally always buy my supplies. I can then have fun and let the business do the work, and just sell the product when it's ready. Easy. So what happens if you have a full stock? Crazy, right? You could have 4 vehicles to sell in just half an hour. Well, it's possible. What I do is I have my spawn location point at the MC clubhouse, which is what's important. I have it near my MC businesses. If I have, let's say, 2 or more post-op fans or a vehicle mission I don't like, I just close the application. This comes with the experience of knowing what missions are worth it and the ones that are not worth it, so for more advanced players. For this sale, I had a full stock and I had 4 motorbike sales. I know from experience that I can sell this in a solo session with an oppressor. So what I do every time I drop off a product, I then call my oppressor and fly back to my bike. In the end, I sold all of my products solo with 10 minutes spare. Easy, no problems. If I had vehicles that I know from experience would cause me too many problems, then I'll just close my application and respawn to my clubhouse and resell it once I have vehicles that I like. I do lose a little bit of money doing it this way. I think it cost me about $40,000. It's worth it though if you're a solo player. Another tip which I was told about by a good friend of mine who was amazing in the jet. If you're selling in the public lobby and he's in a jet above you, you'll be screaming as he lays a rain of fire onto your vehicle. What he did mention though, and I haven't seen this advice given before on YouTube, but he said turn off your lights in your vehicle. He told me that you still might get your vehicle destroyed, but it makes it that much harder for the griefer, especially in the Sandy Shores area where it's darker. He said if you're in the Sandy Shores area, then you must turn off your lights in your vehicle. Maybe go off radar if someone is coming, as you're totally in the open with no cover. So that's a great tip if you're in a public lobby. The griefers won't like me sharing that tip. Now let's see about the Meth Business, the second best MC business. I buy the Meth Business in Gran Sonora Desert for $910,000. You have to do the setup mission like all the MC businesses when you first buy them. The Meth Lab makes about $34,000 per hour, but with the full upgrade it makes about $71,400. I personally bought the upgrades for this business. All the advice given about the supplies and sale missions also applied for all the MC businesses. I'll be giving more tips out later in the video for more advanced players, so this is a beginner tutorial, but it will also help you as an advanced player. I like to call it an ultimate guide. Now the third best business is counterfeit cash. I got mine from the Gran Sonora Desert, which costs $845,000. It makes about $22,000 per hour with no upgrades, but that goes up to $48,000 per hour with the full upgrades. Now the last two. I personally would only buy if I did have the nightclub. That's for the more advanced players who have more money. I'll make a separate video for the nightclub. The weed farm I bought at Santiaski Mountain Range for $715,000. It makes about $20,000 an hour, but with upgrade it makes about $41,000. The document forgery I bought at Grapeseed for $650,000. It makes about $16,000 per hour, and with upgrade it makes about $38,000 per hour. I don't buy upgrades for these two businesses, but I do own them. I own them for my nightclub. Now another tip is, if you have arcade, you can buy all the supplies for your MC businesses from the arcade. You don't have to travel to each business, which saves a lot of time. I'll make a separate video on the arcade, so like and subscribe if that sounds good. I've made a video here on the ultimate guide on import-export, so check that out if you're interested. Thank you for watching.